Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. We're your source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development, where we share original research, explore industry trends, and interview executives and thought leaders from across the globe. We hope you join us often for practitioner-oriented content around all things related to leadership, HR, talent management, organizational development, and change management. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with Human Capital Innovations Podcast. Do you enjoy the Human Capital Innovations Podcast? Please subscribe, leave a review, comment, share, and consider supporting the podcast on Patreon, even at the producer and sponsorship levels. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. In this HCI podcast episode, I share my recent Forbes article, The Role of Love Quotient in Developing and Sustaining High-Performance Teams. Welcome back to the Human Capital Innovations Podcast. It's great to be with you again today as I share my recent Forbes article, The Role of Love Quotient in Developing and Sustaining High-Performance Teams. Over the past 20 plus months, the entire world has had to respond to increasing levels of economic, political, and social uncertainty, thanks largely to the COVID-19 pandemic. Back in the spring of 2020, seemingly overnight, many employers had to immediately pivot and learn how to run their organization with a remote team. Some leaders and organizations were better prepared and equipped for this rapid change, while many had to struggle just to keep the doors open. Over the course of the pandemic, leaders have had to learn and relearn many hard lessons, as they have struggled to respond to the uncertainty around them and the rapidly shifting nature of work. Among the many challenges they have faced has been the necessity to show greater caring and support for their people, who often were grappling with a combination of complex work-from-home arrangements, homeschooling and child or elder care, as well as all of the health concerns and social and political upheaval. Rising to the challenge of showing great concern, empathy, love, and support people has helped leaders and organizations survive the economic challenges of the pandemic. IQ versus EQ versus LQ. We know about intelligence quotient, or IQ, and there's been plenty of research to cast a shadow of doubt upon its efficacy and ability to predict the likelihood of one's life and career success. In fact, often it is those with a higher IQ that struggle to effectively relate to and connect with their people, and while they may be great individual contributors, they can struggle in collaborative settings. In response to the limitations of IQ, over the past decade, more and more leaders have been focusing on the role of EQ, or emotional quotient, also termed emotional intelligence, in predicting the likelihood of success. In fact, EQ has become a commonly accepted competency and set of capabilities needed for the ever-shifting and rapidly changing future of work. Extending the idea of EQ, another construct has begun to gain traction in the leadership circles that I am a part of, LQ, or love quotient. The importance of LQ. Recently, I was interviewing Chris Wise, an organizational leadership thought leader, for my podcast. Among the many topics discussed, Wise introduced me to the idea of LQ. On his website, Wise explains, love quotient is all about improving our ability to love ourselves and others. LQ is redefining and expanding what love means. It is humanity's tool for understanding our own capacity to love and highlights the necessity for us to do so. Personally, this idea of LQ deeply resonates with me. As a firm believer in servant leadership with genuine caring for others at its core, LQ seems to fit perfectly with this approach. Additionally, the pandemic has demonstrated the necessity of organizational leaders who can better connect with their people and show genuine empathy and meaningful support during incredibly trying times. Additionally, as we find ourselves in the middle of the Great Resignation, where employees have lots of options in an incredibly tight labor market, employees aren't quick to forget how their organization and their boss treated them over the past 2 years. Some have risen to the occasion, while others have not been up to the challenge, ill-equipped for the new empathetic leadership requirements. While the concept of EQ gets at much of what is needed from our leaders, particularly during trying times, LQ is an even better fit, providing a razor-sharp focus on both the importance of self-care as well as providing genuine love, caring, and support for our people. How to develop greater LQ. How can we best develop our LQ-related competencies? Focus on self-care. In order to develop a genuine love for those around us, we first need to learn to love ourselves. As we love ourselves and practice consistent self-care, our own cup will be filled and we will have greater capacity to support, lift, and love those around us. The more genuine love we have for those around us, the more we will feel uplifted and can quickly find ourselves in a mutual, reciprocal upward spiral of love and support. Practice genuine empathy. Similarly, as we see those around us for who they are, blemishes and all, we can develop and practice greater empathy for our colleagues' lived experiences. We need to learn to be patient with ourselves and others, and quick to forgive ourselves and others. As we show an increase in genuine compassion and caring, others will learn to trust us. Develop meaningful relationships. Developing mutual accountability and trust is essential in the development of any meaningful relationship. Practice appropriate vulnerability with colleagues, and it gives them permission to be vulnerable with you. Over time, a trusting relationship will develop that can provide support during difficult and trying times. Recharge your batteries. There is only so much time in the day and so much physical and emotional energy that we can expend. While extroverts often get recharged through interactions with others, introverts will quickly feel depleted. Learn and practice the regular activities and routines that will help you recharge your own batteries so you are ready to love and support those around you. Remember, you can't draw from an empty well. In conclusion, if we want to develop and sustain high-performing teams, we need to recognize the necessity of showing genuine empathy and love for the people in our organizations. We need to acknowledge their innate value and worth and always treat our people with dignity and respect. As we develop our LQ, it can help to both attract and retain the best talent, as well as better motivate and engage our people to perform at higher levels. Welcome to the Human Capital Innovations Academy. Courses, micro-credentials, and certificates to upskill and reskill for the future of work. All HCI Academy courses, micro-credentials, and certificates are designed, developed, and delivered by award-winning and internationally renowned scholars, educators, thought leaders, executives, and practitioners. Our courses, micro-credentials, and certificates will help you make your mark on the future of work and make an immediate impact in your organizations. Check out the HCI Academy and our many course offerings and certificates to upskill and reskill for the future of work. Check out our new weekly LinkedIn newsletter, Alchemizing Human Capital, exploring industry trends via original research and interviews with executives and thought leaders from across the globe. We look forward to having you join us. Bluer Than Indigo Leadership, the journey of becoming a truly remarkable leader. Early in my adult life, I learned about an Asian proverb that translates as bluer than indigo. If you think about the color indigo, it is a brilliant, deep, and vibrant blue, what some would call the bluest of blues. To have something that is bluer than indigo is rare and truly remarkable. Contrary to popular myth, there is no one-size-fits-all or cookie-cutter approach to effective leadership. There is no silver bullet, no secret sauce, no go-to model that will solve all of your problems. The truth is, great leaders have all had their unique strengths and flaws, and have all had to discover and then pave their own distinctive path in their life's journey to fulfill their leadership potential. Bluer Than Indigo Leadership will help you discover your own path and explore those ordinary, everyday actions that will help you respond to an uncertain future and produce extraordinary results for individuals, teams, and organizations. Check out Human Capital Innovations magazine, Human Capital Leadership. Human Capital Leadership is a free, interactive e-magazine with the mission to help individuals, leaders, and organizations find innovative approaches to maximize their human capital potential. We publish issues quarterly in August, November, February, and May. Take a look at the latest issue and let us know what you think. The alchemy of truly remarkable leadership. Ordinary, everyday actions that produce extraordinary results. Consider how the nature of work has shifted over the past 50 years. With increased globalization, rapid technological advancement, and the shift in economic composition, the average job of today looks very different than the average job of 50 years ago. What will the jobs and organizations of tomorrow look like? Moreover, what does this all mean for organizational leaders? What are the core competencies and capabilities of organizations and their leadership that are prepared for continued disruption and geopolitical and socioeconomic shifts? Regardless of what the future holds, increasingly, leaders need to be socially minded, data-driven, decisive, champions of talent, and disruptors of the traditional notions of leadership, teams, organizations, and work. The alchemy of truly remarkable leadership will help you to explore your own leadership competencies and capabilities and consider ways to apply and implement them into your workplace and personal life. Do you enjoy the Human Capital Innovations podcast? Please subscribe, leave a review, comment, share, and consider supporting the podcast on Patreon, even at the producer and sponsorship levels. Thanks again for joining us for this episode of the Human Capital Innovations podcast. I hope you stay healthy and safe and that you have a great week.